Hello, my friends. I have a typical format that I use for these readings, and it's not working out today, but we'll get to that. You are, of course, represented by the horse today. The horse is representing momentum, freedom, expansive energy, and force. The horse represents the most masterful form of earth energy within the deck. It provides us with momentum so reliable, so supportive that you can ride on its back toward any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. A horse personality is fully awakened, fully alive, and cannot be defeated. The horse's freedom becomes available to us when we hone and collect our energy through daily practice. That sounds a lot like self-cultivation. Physical stamina, exercise, and mental focus, meditation, are the secret weapons behind the horse's legacy. When in balance, achieves anything, never gives up. When out of balance, runs away, feels weak. To bring into balance, strength training. I don't know about strength training. Definitely training, physical training, but I would not choose strength training. But, whatever works for you. Now we get to the tea leaf cards. So typically I pull 6 tea leaf cards to represent, to help you figure out whether or not this is your reading. Now, first of all, if you look at the horse, you'll see that there's a crescent moon on its forehead between its eyes, suggesting that there is also an awakening of the third eye. The book described the horse person as being fully awakened, so you may be interested to know that this card represents psychic ability, trust your intuition. And these other cards indicate that you really need to do that. We have trouble, accusations, danger, especially in money matters, and a two-faced friend. We also have dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. But we started off with this first card, New Home, New Attitude, which sounded pretty positive. But maybe it's because you're trying to get away from all this? Or this is the reason for this new home? And you may be, or as it says here, have a relationship or connection to a man with white, gray, or blonde hair. Or blondish hair? Anyway. And then 5 more cards came out. First of all, changes in your life, which that fits with moving, a new home. Major challenge to overcome, right on top of that frying pan card. Torch. Oh, this is interesting. Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. I hadn't looked at the card. I didn't know what it said. All right. And then we have kangaroo, unsettled times, need to plan ahead, and teardrops, great personal sorrow. So I'm not sure why you needed all these cards, but there you go. It looks like you have a lot going on. All right, let me get these back in alignment. And we'll go ahead with the reading. I'm sensing that this is more of a need for guidance today, perhaps. So, big changes in your life, huh? Sorrow, spirituality, two-faced friend or connection. You have a longing, a very deep longing for someone or something. It may feel even irresistible, like gravity. I can't get any other cards to come out. That's weird. There we go. A volatile situation, a hostile environment. Aggression, danger, discord, conflict. Actions have consequences. And ring. Cycles, closure. Could be circle of trust, a commitment. And now we have the white feather. Peace, miracles, purity, leap of faith, protection. We have islands, foreign affairs, solo, isolation, separation, estranged, lonely. Yeah, I'm really getting that. You don't seem to be in a situation that feels comfortable or safe. Perhaps that's why you left, why you're trying to develop or have sought out a new home. I'm not sure if this is your present or your past, but on a quest for success, I believe, or maybe reawaken lost hopes. I don't know. This is deeply committed, uncommon bonds. On top of, so if we look at this column, we have the magnetic attraction, we have miracles, we have deeply committed, uncommon bonds, also family, and awakening lost hopes. All right, let's see what's going on with this. Moons. What is this desire? These lost hopes. So we have the round table, equality, collaboration, healthy debate, valued input, elephant. Lucid dreams, keep your wits about you, powerful, wise, trust, remove obstacles, telepathy. And finally, woman, you or the person on your mind, a love interest. So, okay. That all belongs over here. Let's take a look at this situation. We have this difficult situation followed by isolation, solo time, but also this real drive to get ahead, to become successful. This motivation and a quest for victory. Okay, that was not quite what I was expecting. I really thought something else would come out. Instead, we have passion, chemistry, happiness, exhilaration, possibly the new year. And then we have death, loss, inactive, defeated, over and done, breakup. So, you really think it's over? All right, what about this quest, closure, quest, victory? I really think you're trying to put it behind you. It happened, and it is, I don't know. It's really confusing because we have a quest. We have, we do have karma though. We do have closure. And at the end here we have this leap of faith. Sudden change in direction. Don't worry, moving on. So maybe you're just having faith that things will work out the way they're meant to work out. And if you're not with this person, then maybe you're okay with that. Which I can understand. I think it's maybe you're cultivating detachment. Take the long way. Explore, self-discovery, be flexible, patience needed. Use tact, personal growth, adventure, new beginnings, timid. Well, horse person, it seems like you are on a journey of self-discovery. You want a new beginning in your life. I don't see that it necessarily has to do with someone else. It looks like you really think, I'm not sure. I mean, if I take these across, then we've got a breakup, but new beginnings. So I think, yeah. And we also had closure, so I think that you really are trying to put this behind you and move on. Your success is to move away from all of this, accept the closure. And victory is taking that leap of faith and starting a new beginning, developing yourself. You've had difficult lessons. Really difficult lessons. And it has definitely been painful, but you're ready to move on now. And that's a good thing. So, let's go with, where should your focus be now? And I think we're going with the Crow Tarot. The Magician was on the bottom of the deck. Perhaps you are learning to master your elements. The first one out is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is not particularly promising in some ways. The Knight of Wands is brave, is passionate, will move full steam ahead. However, we will hope that this is... See, all meanings of the cards are present at all times, whether they're reversed or not. And in reverse, the Knight of Wands is someone who is controlled by their passions and not in control of their passions. So which one are you? Perhaps that is why you're supposed to be focused on it, to make sure that you are in control of your passions and not the other way around. So the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords can both be very impulsive. Here we have the Six of Wands, the desire for success. Now, you had this desire for success right here. This is in a crossing position, which is concerning because it can be a real concern with over-concern with what other people think. Instead of being successful by your own standards, you want to be successful by other people's standards for their acclaim and good opinion. It's not really workable in the long run. And now we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So, two possibilities since it's in reverse. Maybe the situation, or maybe the card's meaning is reversed, or maybe it is intensified. So, maybe you are learning to let go of your anxieties. However, it's next to the Ten of Cups in reverse. This is not promising. It looks like a family situation has fallen apart. You may be trying to charge ahead bravely, but you may also feel like, I hope you're not just trying to escape difficult emotions. See, this is what you're supposed to be focused on. You're not supposed to be focused on looking good for others. You're supposed to be focused on dealing with your issues, dealing with your life, feeling your feelings, opening your heart chakra. Clarity. This is mental clarity, of course. Good aha moment, insight, flash of insight. Oh, this is funny. Well, you're supposed to be focused on mastering the elements. So, there are many journeys within the tarot deck. The first one that people think about is the Major Arcana, moving from the Fool to the World. And this is a journey through, those are the major archetypes within the deck. So they cover a wide range of things. And the Magician becomes a master of manifestation, of working with the forces of the universe to bring into reality, to co-create. That's what I'm trying to say. The Magician co-creates with the universe because they have mastered the tools necessary. They have mastered all of the elements, earth, air, water, and fire, as represented by the suits. So the minor arcana, the suits, cups, wands, swords, and pentacles, represent the four elements, and they each have their own journey. So wands is about creativity, inspiration, divine inspiration. So there is an element of working with the divine. Then we have cups. Cups is about emotions and intuition, and again, working with the divine. Developing your connection to your intuition and turning it into a communication pathway with both yourself and your inner guide, as well as the divine, and learning to be emotionally intelligent and master of your own emotions. Then we have swords. Swords are the mental arena, so thinking clearly, thinking logically, having flashes of insight, boundaries as well, and truth, authenticity, honesty. Then we have pentacles. Pentacles are about your material world, your material reality, mastering, making money, providing for yourself materially. So, but also generosity, being able to be nurturing as well as abundant, to provide for others and yourself always. The magician, of course, being the magician, has mastered all of these and can co-create an abundant life. The magician is also a master of communication, and in the reverse, the magician can be manipulative and tricky. The magician can be a trickster. Tricksters teach in indirect and sometimes sneaky ways. Okay. So this is what your focus is supposed to be on. So this looks very much like a self-cultivation journey. I think this first one is a warning that you do need to deal with your stuff. You can't just run away from it. This Knight of Wands is running towards their issues. They're running towards this 10 of Cups in reverse, this 9 of Swords in reverse. Even though this is all on top of the concern for how others perceive the situation, they are seeking clarity within and mastery. So this is all very wonderful. Not easy. So this is a challenging situation, very challenging. But once you get through it, I think your life will change too. So that's something to look forward to. You also have the 9 of Pentacles on the bottom. The 9 of Pentacles, again, is a card of being alone, of working on yourself, of well, doing all of this. So it looks pretty clear to me that you are being called to deal with your life, to deal with what is inside you and come to an understanding of it that perhaps you have not had before. This other stuff that we were talking about before is background stuff, and you know it. You understand that, you know, it happened, and it has added to your understanding of yourself, as painful as it may have been. And now it's up to you to turn lemons into lemonade, basically. But you are the horse person. You have strength, stamina, determination, and you are fully awakened. So you can do this. Keep going.